The Railway Board is sending an inspector to conduct a survey on our operations. The Fat Controller will also be accompanying him. Stepney will bring them in a few hours. Douglas, I want you waiting with our best coaches at Knapford. You'll take us along the LMS tracks all the way to Barrow Station, where Gordon will pick us up. Then, you'll return to your normal duties.
Yes, sir. I'll have this refinery in tip-top shape.
Aye, sir. I'll be ready at the station. I'll be sure to give the inspection crew a grand tour of our section of the island.
What's Sir Topham doing here?
He's convening with the station master. Apparently there's a new visitor today.
Makes him so important.
Because it's Stepney. And it's not just Stepney that's important. He's bringing an important passenger.
What? That doesn't make him important.
It does when he's pulling a very important person, James.
Yeah, alright, Edward. You old fusspot.
Don't get mad at me, James. If you weren't so ridiculously vain all the time, maybe you'd be more tolerable.
Silly little engine thinks he's more important than me. Puh.
He is more important only because he's pulling a very important passenger. He's bringing the railway inspector. Try not to let it ruin your day, even though that's impossible. At least try. Ah, good morning, Edward. Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine, Toby. I had to deal with James's bloody whinging this morning. Whinging? James? Not possible. What was he upset about now? The Fat Controller was convening with the station master at Knapford. Stepney's bringing a very important passenger to the island today. Who? I think it's the railway inspector. Really? Yes, I heard the Fat Controller convening the dock manager at Brendam yesterday, and again at the lumber yard. And James is whinging because? Because this train technically makes Stepney more important than him, even though James is not important in the slightest. No one engine on this island is important. Not James, not Gordon, not any of them. Well, to James and his vain, vulgar, self-important attitude, he is the most important, even though it's complete gobshite. Well, don't let him get to you, Edward. I'm trying, Toby. Are you feeling alright today, Edward? You look a little flustered. You look a little more downcast than normal. I'm fine, Toby. Thank you for your concern. I think I'll go for a smoke box cleaning or a boiler flush this afternoon. Yes, when you finish with your work, stop by the works. See what they can do for you. It might do wonders. Good idea, Toby. Later, old boy. It is imperative that we prove our functionality in our operations. Whichever faction of the island receives the better review pending the inspection report, they will receive adequate funding to expand their track and recruit more business. This means you will all have to be at your best and brightest when tending to your duties. When the inspection crew comes through, pay no mind to them. Pretend they are not there. Do not bother trying to gloat or show off. Don't stoop to the middies level. And no sabotaging the opposite company. If fate has it for you to work with the middies during the inspection, do not sabotage. You are better than that. You're nor'easters. Show them what a true nor'easter does. Thomas, you're running the locals on the Enofa branch line up until 10 a.m. Then I need you to go to the Enofa quarry and work with Percy and Neil as you transport stone back and forth to the harbor for the next shipment. Percy, I want you to head straight up to the Enofa quarry and help Neil marshal the trains for Thomas to take down to the docks. Toby, you will run your normal local transporting workers to the quarry, then the sawmill. Then you will report to the coal depot and marshal trains. James, at 11 o'clock you're scheduled to take a coal train from here to Barrow. Edward, you're scheduled at the sawmill after your morning local. Gordon, you'll be taking the inspection tour when they arrive. I want you at Nafford Station at 9:30, spick and span with our best coaches. Douglas will be taking the inspector and the Fat Controller along the LMS track first, then you'll meet us at Barrow. Then you'll take the tour back along to Nafford along the LNER track. Then Stepney will pick him up at Nafford at 12:30. Tabitha will be covering your express duties up until your leave from the tour. Henry, until I say otherwise, you're on freight duties for the rest of the day. Your freight trains will go to Barrow Station, where B will pick them up and transport them the rest of the way to King's Cross or Southampton.
Yes, sir. I'll give the inspector such a grand tour he won't even bat an eye at the middies. I'll be waiting at the station with our grandest coaches.
Good engine. Tabitha and B will be waiting in the yard when you pick up your coaches to issue luck on the tour.
Oh, wonderful. It's been too long since I've seen my Doncaster family.
Henry, you'll pick up your first train at Natford Harbor and deliver it to the yard at King's Cross.
Yes, sir. I'll be sure to give the inspectors a good show.
Ah, John, Samuel, I'm glad you could both find time in your busy schedules to be here. These men are the railway inspectors, Mr. Calvin representing the Northeastern Railway, and Mr. McTavish of the Midland Railway. As agreed upon in last week's meeting, Mr. McTavish will be first to survey the LMS operations for his inspection duties. Starting here, we will move on until we reach Barrow. Gordon will pick us up and bring us back along, letting our tracks back here. Then we shall move on to the Skarloey and Mid-Soto railways.
See you at Barrow, Gordon. Yes. Good luck.
You think you're better than me? Why can't you hit a curveball?
Hello, Stephanie. How's the tour going?
Everything is going splendid. I took the inspectors and the Fat Controller to Knapford. They are currently touring the LMS branch. They'll meet Gordon and Barrow for the second leg of the tour.
That's wonderful.
Whatever happened to Dyson? I haven't seen her since the merger.
She works for the LMS now. She's actually here on the island. I know it's a bit strange, but you know Dyson. She's still my sister.
That's true. Don't let competition spoil your relationship.